Hi everyone! Today I'm breaking down how we built Ghost Cell Dead Soundnul inside Nexagen Cinema Studio. This video is a full production walkthrough, not just a quick review. I'll show you how the project came together, step by step.
Come on, send it. They're here. If you're alive, find me. Don't lock it! They'll come through!
Who are you? Stay down, now! Stay back.
You look worse.
You should see the other guy.
You came back for me.
I wasn't leaving you there.
Good. Pull over, I'll drive.
Fine, go. Go. I'll work the phone. Sleep. After this, I'm getting real coffee.
Let's go.
Stand by.
We'll go from the story idea to character creation to prompts, generation, and editing. I'll also show you how each stage shaped the final look of the film. So let's begin with the concept behind the story and the world we wanted to build. At the beginning, we knew this project had to feel grounded, tense, and cinematic. We didn't want a fantasy-style spy story, we wanted something that felt dangerous and real. That's why the tone became a soul-set action thriller built around survival, pursuit, and betrayal. The story starts with a simple idea. What happens when operatives are erased from the system, but the system keeps using them anyway? That became the heart of Ghost Cell and Helix, a world built on hidden transfers, betrayal, survival, and people who were never meant to come back. Once the world was clear, the next step was structure. We needed the story to move fast, but still feel connected from scene to scene. So the season was built in phases: early pursuit, mid-story collapse, then a final push into the harbor and the deeper system behind it. What really mattered here was contrast. We didn't want non-stop action with no breathing room because that would flatten the tension. So between the chase, the capture, and the harbor push, we placed quieter beats that let the characters reset and made the next escalation hit harder. The final section had to do two things at once: deliver a payoff in the harbor and still leave the world open enough for the next chapter. And once that structure was locked, the next step was building the characters, because consistency on screen starts there. We started with Kang Min-jae first, because he carries the emotional center and the physical weight of the whole story. Once his look was locked, it became much easier to build Yona and Do-hyun around a clear visual lead. Now I'm going to build the first profile prompt step by step. For the profile image prompt, I generate it as a full-body, front-facing character on a white studio background with a clean, realistic look. This is a character profile prompt for Kang Min-jae, a fictional Korean male protagonist for an action thriller story, generated in 9:16 vertical format. Age 38, tall and broad-shouldered, sharp jawline, intense dark eyes, short black hair, light stubble, polished but dangerous like a former covert operative. Physical details, personality, costume, all specified precisely so the character stays consistent every time you generate it. At the end, original fictional character, no real person, no duplicates. This prevents copyright issues and cloning errors. The clearer the description, the stronger the character. Now let's head over to Nexagen and open the prompt studio. Paste the image prompt we just created into the TXT input field. Then select your image model. I set the aspect ratio to 9:16 and went with 4K resolution. The character came out exactly the way I envisioned. Since we're making a film, let's go into Cinema Studio. We need to register the character we created. Open the character panel and click the Add Element button in the bottom right. Upload the image, set the name, and click Save once the settings are done. You'll then see the character automatically split into multiple angles. Because the camera captures the character from various angles, just like real footage, it's automatically divided into multi-angle views when saved. Other characters besides the main protagonist are created and registered in the same way. The character registration process is surprisingly straightforward. Write the image prompt, generate the profile image, and finally register the profile in Cinema Studio, and you're done. Multiple characters can be generated at the same time. While one character is being registered, you can keep yourself busy. Just continue registering and uploading the other characters one by one. I spent quite a lot of time thinking about the female character profile. In this story, I feel the female character carries a significant role. I also gave a lot of thought to her outfit, something that captures attention without going overboard. All right, everyone, it looks like we finally completed all the character creations. I hope each character's personality comes through distinctly in every scene. Here, I define the character traits clearly and keep the profile format vertical at 9:16. Then, I keep the prompt clean and specific so the generated profile stays consistent and realistic. Once the character profiles are ready, I move on to building the background. Here, I define the location mood, structure, and lighting so the world feels consistent. The more you build different backgrounds to match the mood, the more polished the film becomes. And image quality matters here too. To create strong cinematic scenes, the images should be generated in 4K. We need to generate the background that will open the very first scene of the film, matching the overall cinematic concept. A narrow industrial alley in Seoul, late at night, pouring rain. Wet asphalt, puddles, and streaks of light reflected across the soaked ground from cold streetlights and distant headlights, both sides packed with rusted metal crates, exposed pipes, chain-link fences, stained concrete walls, and ventilation units. Low drifting mist, heavy rain cutting through the light, and harsh backlight flooding in from the alley entrance. Deep shadows everywhere. Gritty, tense, cinematic. The look and feel of an urban espionage action thriller. 16:9, no people, no text. Now it's time to save the background location. Click the location button and enter through Add Element, just like we did with the character registration. Upload the background image we generated with the prompt from your computer and register it. And you're done. Once the location is registered, the background image is also displayed from various perspectives and angles, allowing for a much higher level of production quality. In Nexagen Cinema Studio, I can use Hollywood-style camera techniques. Here, I'll generate the first scene by controlling action, camera, lens, and timing. We need to write the video prompt. It's a good idea to first let Claude or ChatGPT know which video model you're working with before you start. I went with Cdance 2.0 and will be building the prompt according to its guidelines. The way to write a video prompt is to include the character tag such as @Seoyuna and the background tag such as @Rainy Alley, along with their registered names directly inside the prompt. By referencing the exact names of the character and background you registered, the AI will consistently apply the same character and background across every scene. When inserting dialogue for a character, for example, "What did you do today?" you need to place quotation marks at the beginning and end of the line so the dialogue is correctly recognized and inserted. What you're seeing on screen right now is an explanation of the rules for writing video prompts. This is definitely worth referring to. It contains information you'll find very useful. To summarize broadly, there are 7 key points to keep in mind. Intro. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how I write AI video prompts, and more importantly, why each part is written the way it is. Section 1, Error, Fix, First. The very first thing you see is an error correction command. That's intentional. AI reads from top to bottom, so if you want it fixed, you say it first, before anything else. Section 2, Duplicate Prevention. Next, duplicate prevention. AI video models tend to clone characters, so I don't just say it once, I say it 3 different ways. No duplicates, no clones, no mirrored copies. Repetition in different words is what makes it stick. Section 3, at tag system. See these at tags? That's how I tell the AI to pull a predefined character and a predefined background. Without tags, the character's face can change every single scene. Tags lock the asset in. Section 4, time codes. AI cannot generate a full 12-second video in one shot, so I break it down 3 seconds at a time. Each block gets its own instructions. That's how you control the pacing. Section 5, Camera Language. Every scene has a camera direction, and I use real film terminology: handheld, rack focus, push in, low angle. AI understands this language. The more specific you are, the better the output. Section 6, Mood per scene. Mood is not a one-time setting. Each scene has a different emotional intensity, so each scene gets its own mood keywords. 2 or 3 adjectives. That's enough to shift the entire tone. Section 7, Sound with visuals. Sound effects are listed inside each scene block, not at the end, because if you write sound separately, it drifts out of sync. Keep audio and visual in the same segment. Before we dive in, let's take a look at the key features of Nexagen Cinema Studio first. Understanding the tools available will definitely help you when it comes to producing your own film. Nexagen Cinema Studio is built for creators who want to design scenes with the logic of real film production. Instead of starting from a blank prompt alone, the workflow begins like a cinematic production board, with connected shots, visual references, and a clear structure for building a story sequence. Here, the creator can define the genre first: mystery, action, drama, science fiction, noir, or any custom direction can become the foundation of the scene. From there, the visual language becomes more precise. Color palettes, lighting styles, and camera movement can be selected just like planning a Hollywood shot. A scene can be shaped with film warmer tones, cold steel atmosphere, neon cyberpunk energy, volumetric haze, hard top lighting, tracking shots, push-ins, pull-outs, slow tilts, or orbiting camera motion. Cinema Studio also gives control over the camera itself. Creators can choose a digital cinema look, IMAX scale, 35mm film texture, handheld documentary feeling, surveillance framing, drone shots, different lenses, focal lengths, and aperture depth. Then the element library brings the production assets together. Characters, locations, props, and story images can be selected and reused, helping each shot stay visually consistent across the sequence. Once the scene is prepared, the creator can adjust the generation mode, speed, duration, resolution, aspect ratio, shot count, and 4K option before creating the next shot. This is not just AI video generation, this is a complete cinematic production system, designed to turn imagination into finished scenes. All right, everyone, we've gone through the key features of Nexagen Cinema Studio. Keep those in mind as we now move forward and start generating the very first scene. Paste the video prompt we created together directly into the text field and double-check that everything is entered correctly. Make sure the character and background are properly inserted into the prompt. I'll be generating this at 12 seconds. The character appearing in the first scene is Seo-Yuna, the same character whose profile we created together earlier. Find her in the list and insert her directly. Then select and insert the background that will be used for this scene. Once you confirm that both the character and the background are inserted, you're good to go. In the speed settings on the upper left, I set it to fast because I wanted the footage to move at a quicker pace, though leaving it on auto works just fine as well. I also selected the Seedance model, which is currently available at a 30% promotional discount. This model supports up to 15 seconds of footage. I set the scene duration to 12 seconds with a resolution of 720p at a 16:9 ratio. Hit the generate button and your video will be produced.
Come on, send it. They're here. If you're alive, find me.
Now the first scene is complete. In the opening shot, a woman is being chased by an unknown figure. The dark setting heightens the tension of the chase, and I'll keep the character consistent as the story moves into the next scene. Using the same method we just used to create the first scene, let's now build the second and third scenes based on the scenario. In the second scene, the character is Kang Min-jae. He picks up and confirms the signal from Seo-Yuna. Following the storyline, Seo-Yuna then tracks the signal and makes her way to where Kang Min-jae is, and the moment the two meet face to face happens in the third scene. For now, the walkthrough will focus mainly on the second scene. And for the third scene, the prompt will naturally need to include both characters along with the matching background. Following the same method as before, insert the character appearing in this scene, then insert the second background we prepared earlier into the scene. With all the settings in place, let's go ahead and generate the second and third scenes.
No, that's impossible. Who sent this?
Block it! They'll come through!
Who are you?
If you got that signal, you're Minjae.
Get down, now!
Together, we created the opening sequences of this short film. If you'd like to watch the full completed film, Ghost Cell Dead Signat, you can find it through Nexagen Cinema series. Today, we explored how to create a film using Nexagen Cinema Studio and its various features. I'll be back in part 2 with more helpful tips and insights. Thank you for watching.